Hey Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome back if you've been here before. If you haven't, then welcome. This is going to be your I can't speak. Let me start again. This is going to be your September 2018 reading. Won't talk too much for astrology today. We'll get straight into it. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes. If you purchased something from the Spiritual Parlour shop, be it a candle, a reading, whatever, or you've donated to the channel, thank you so much. It means so much to me. It's just a pleasure to be able to have the ability to do the readings for you, and I'm glad that the messages are reaching the right people, so thank you so much. So everything you need to know, guys, is in the description box. The decks I'm using, discount code for the store, personal readings, just take a look in the description box. I won't do too much of a long intro, so let's get into it. So let's see. Okay, we'll take these one straight away. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. If there's a message for Sagittarius, please let it be known. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. What does Sagittarius need to know? If there's a message, please let it be known. Okay, we've got 2 here. We've got 3 of Cups. Oh, and the 9 of Cups. Wow. What a combination, Sagittarius. Someone's happy. Or someone will be. 3 of Cups. A reason to celebrate. A cause for celebration. I link it to happy events as well, so things like weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, pregnancies, that kind of thing. So a reason to celebrate, definitely. And 9 of Cups, this is like absolute content. It's not the 10, which is obviously the needing, being, how can I put it, in a state of total completion emotionally. But the 9 is still a very positive cup, or card to have in terms of this particular suit. Cups as a suit is linked to the emotions, how we feel, matters of the heart, relationships. So I'm feeling very much for some of you as a fallout message. Obviously someone needs to know that there's a Sagittarius out there that will have a reason to celebrate, and you will be feeling very content. We'll see if that comes out in the main message. Okay, so let's turn that one over. So first card will represent the theme for Sagittarius. Second card will be Sagittarius's issue. Third card will be the recent past for Sagittarius. Fourth card will be the present. Fifth card will be potential outcome. And we've got, okay, so these have both come up in reverse, but I'm going to turn them around so you can get a better look at them. So you've got Justice and you've got the 6 of Swords. So they've both come out in reverse. For the way I feel like I'm being pushed to read this is towards you in particular, internally, because they're both in reverse, not just one of them. So Justice, first of all, is about fair outcomes, things going your way. Also linked to things like legal matters, court cases, any kind of legal issue or battle that you're having. Justice's energy is about a fair outcome, and also it represents the sun sign of Libra, so some of you could be dealing with a Libra. Now that with the 6 of Swords feels very much to me like this fair outcome for you, whether this is internally how you feel it, this fair outcome is going to move you forward, because the 6 of Swords is about that forward movement. As you can see, you've got, in most traditional decks, yeah, it's pretty much the same in this deck. You've got 2 people in a boat with their 6 swords. They're moving forward and they're moving away from the rough waters, going into calmer waters. It's about travel. So I feel like there's going to be a fair outcome for a Sagittarius with something that's going to propel you forward. Okay, let's see what else comes out. Okay, so 5th card will be the potential advice. That's too many. They're just falling everywhere. And the 6th card will be potential outcome. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. There's a message for Sagittarius Spirit. Please let it be known. Please put the message forward for Sagittarius. 5 of Cups. Now that is a card of disappointment. That is a card of disappointment, but we're going to see. If it wants to work its way out, it will. Let's see. Okay, that's nice and shuffled. Let's pick a deck to read from. Get your full message. Okay, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. I feel pulled right back here. I don't even need to touch that one. I'm feeling really pulled here. So we're going to read from the middle deck for you, Sag. And your bottom of the deck energy is, ooh, the Ten of Swords. Okay, so this is an ending. Not necessarily, you know, means it's bad. Don't get freaked out or anything. But the Ten of Swords is an ending. Normally a very quick ending as well. Not like a transformative ending, like maybe with the Death card. This is something that's happened quite quickly, quite sharply. Depending on what it's related to, it can be painful, but we don't know that yet because the main spread hasn't come out. But the energy is about an ending. But sometimes this is a very, very good energy, even though the card looks grim and there's a guy here who's clearly dead and he's got 10 swords in his back. But it is an ending. Let's see. Okay, so you've got the Star card. You've got the Devil. Okay. Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords. You've got seven of Wands. And the Strength card. You've got... There is a lot of major arcana cards here, Sagittarius. I'm not even going to lie. There's a lot of energy here. When I say major arcana cards, I mean significant cards, cards that are not your everyday energy. You've got half the spread. Half the spread. Right, let's take a quick look. Okay, so recent past. Yeah, you know what, Sagittarius, looking at this spread, I feel like this is a message of a Sagittarius or a group of Sagittariuses moving away from something that wasn't necessarily the best thing for them. And I think last month, I think it was you, where it was a very, very similar message. And I think it was something had fell away, or something was falling away, or there was some kind of toxic energy. I think it was you. It was either you or Capricorn. I think it was you. And it was about accepting something that maybe needed to fall away or that fell away. If I've got it wrong, then I'm sorry, but I have a strong feeling that it was your sun sign. But anyway, for this month, what's coming to me and what's being put to me is pulling away from something, and you need to pull away from this. The heart of the matter is the Devil card. So you could be dealing with the Capricorn, okay, because this is the card for Capricorn. If not, then the energy of the Devil is basically toxic energy. Sadly, it's energy that's, or a person, place, or thing you take what resonates, which may not be as good for us as we thought it was. It's normally something that keeps us quite restricted, something that kind of oppresses us, something that keeps us down. In most, well, I'd say in all traditional decks, not so much in this one, but the Devil card shows the Devil himself with two people chained to him. And it's that kind of energy. It's about being chained to a person, place, or thing, or something which is not necessarily the best thing for you. And I feel like whatever this issue is that you've been chained to, or that you are chained to, depending on when you're watching this, you're going to need to kind of keep the faith. And you really, that's what's going to pull you through this, because you've got the Star card. Now, this card as well as your theme, the Star card, as well as representing like hope, faith, and you know, believing that you can get through this. This also represents my sun sign, funny enough. It represents the sun sign of Aquarius. So some of you, I don't know if this is a third party situation, or if, you know, you take what resonates. It could be that some of you are dealing with an Aquarius that maybe is not as good for you as you thought they were, or a Capricorn, or it could just be that whatever this situation is, the heart of the matter, the devil, whatever it is that's been keeping you oppressed or held back or restricted, you're going to need to keep the hope and faith to move forward. That is the theme and that is the issue for September. Looking back at the recent past, you've got the Six of Pentacles here. So I feel very much like the issue here could have been linked to balance. And it's funny because quite a few of the signs are getting this theme, or you know, this Six of Pentacles vibe that keeps coming up. I feel like in the recent past for you, Sagittarius, balance might have been an issue, or that's what you were maybe seeking from this person, place, or thing that's showing up as the devil, that maybe you couldn't get the balance from. Maybe you couldn't get the balance from it. That's what I'm seeing here. That's what's been going on. That's the thing. But looking forward, I mean, you're in a strong position for sure, but in the present, you've got the Page of Swords. So quite clearly, you've spoken some truth, and if you haven't yet spoken with the Page of Swords, you're going to hear something. So pages either give or bring, you could say, stuff to us. Give or bring, that's the same thing. I'm not even talking, they don't even make sense. They give information to us with the Page of Swords because it's all about communication, or bring information to us because it's the Page of Swords. So it's all to do with communication, mental thoughts, that kind of energy. I feel like you've either spoken your truth and you've communicated to this issue, this devil energy that's showing up. You take what resonates with you about what it is that you need. If you haven't done that, then I feel like you will do, or you're going to hear something. I don't know which way this might play out for people, but either you hear something or you will say something. And whatever it is, whatever the communication is, it is definitely going to be honest. It's definitely going to be no BS, whether you said it, or you're due to say it, or someone's going to say it to you, or you're going to hear it from someone linked to this situation. There's going to be some honesty. It's showing up here in the present. And I feel like once that honesty happens, it's going to put you in a stronger position because you've got the Seven of Wands, and that's all about being in a strong position, but also at the same time defending your position. So because the Seven of Wands energy about being in a strong position or defending your position is directly underneath this issue, this toxic issue, it could be that you're going to need to speak your truth and defend your position. Speak your truth, be honest, no BS, and defend your position against this devil or toxic energy. It could play out that way. It could play out that way. It could be once you've spoken, once you actually do it, you will put yourself in a stronger position, because I feel like strength and moving forward is a big thing for you, Sagittarius, because not only have you got the Seven of Wands there, which talks about strength, being in a strong position and defending your position, you've got the Strength card as your potential outcome right next to it, sat right next to it, and it's also underneath the Balance. So I feel like this truth needs to happen, whether you need to hear it or whether you need to say it. And that's what's going to propel you forward. That's going to be that Seven of Wands energy to move you forward, to be in a strong position or to defend your position and put you into the true, actual, you know, major arcana energy of strength, you know, in a real strong position, because that is your potential outcome. Now you have the Ten of Swords as your underlying energy, which I said she does talk about endings and things ending. So I do feel like there will be an ending of the situation. This toxic energy, I feel like there will be an ending. You know, you take what resonates with you. And I'm reading this as there will be an ending, as if it hasn't already happened. And this ending could be that you end it with this person, or the relationship ends. It could be that you end it with the job if it's a toxic boss. It could be that you end it with, you know, a friend. Whatever this devil energy is here, I feel very much like it is going to end in the near future. In the very near future, I can't say when, obviously, because I don't know everybody's situation, but there will be an ending to it. But I feel like I'm being pushed very much to emphasize the Page of Swords, that the truth, okay, the no BS, whether it's you say it or it's said to you. If it's said to you, then I feel, Sagittarius, like you're just going to have to accept it. Okay, you're just going to have to accept that person, place or thing, the truth that they've given you, because it's going to be what propels you forward and puts you in a position of strength, or you need to say it. I mean, the 7 of Wands as well. 7 is the number of potential success. You know, once you have the 6 of Wands, the card before this, which is, you know, it is the card of success, it is the card of the achievement. You know, once you reach a certain level of success, obviously you want to keep going. So 7, that's what the 7 talks about. It talks about being in a strong position for potential success for more. And I feel like it's going to be potential success of you moving forward, you moving into your true power and into your true strength, you know. Yeah. And again, this represents you, you know, fire, Sagittarius. These energies do represent you. The 1 suit represents you because it's a fire suit. And so the strength, it's, although it, you know, traditionally, okay, it's a card for Leo, but it's fire, it's the strength, it's you. But I don't feel like this is an outcome or a message that I'm being pushed to give you to say that this is a person or a Leo person. I feel like this is the energy of strength itself is what's going to be yours. That's going to be the outcome once this situation has, you know, sadly, if it needs to, there is that quick ending. But I for some reason, Sagittarius, I don't feel like if this ending happens, like it's really going to be, I don't want to say a bad thing because I don't know everybody's situation, and this ending could be very painful for you, it could be very upsetting. But because I'm seeing the devil energy here, and I know what the devil represents, and I know that the devil energy here is your issues, your heart of the matter. It's not a pretty energy. It's not a pretty energy at all. So I feel like if the ending happens, and I feel, you know, I feel like I need to say the same thing like I said in the last video. If it was the Sagittarius video in August, where I said just let it fall away, you know, I think it was you. I don't think it was Capricorn. I think it was you for sure. And if it wasn't you, I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm being pushed to say it again. Just let it fall away, Sag. Honestly, let it fall away. This energy is never really an energy that we really want to have hanging around us for too long, especially as the heart of the matter, you know. So if it has to fall away, Sag, my Sagittarius friends, I shouldn't say little, but my Sagittarius friends, if it has to fall away, it has to fall away, you know, because the outcome looks good. This feels good. Truth, being in a strong position, strength, you know, it feels good as opposed to having to be hopeful and faithful, you know, having to pray, you know, about this toxic situation, having to, you know, maybe want the balance that's, you know, the issue in the past that's maybe not been there, or the balance that you've maybe been fighting for as your past energy with the 6 of Pentacles. I don't know if this is financial. It's just come to me. I don't know if this has been a financial battle. Yeah, we had the Justice for now. As I was shuffling, we had Justice and we had the 6 of Swords. So if this is a financial battle that you're having with someone, you know, the 6 of Swords and Justice fell out at the beginning, you know, you've got things going your way and moving you in a good direction. And even if it isn't a financial situation, the fact that Justice fell out with the 6 of Swords indicates that things really could go your way and there will be forward movement. You will move to calmer waters, you know. Had the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So, you know, if it all ties up, even if there is an ending, you know, with the cards that fell at the beginning, it could very much put you in a position of content. You know, if there is an ending or if something has to fall away, is what I'm being pushed to say for you this month, Sagittarius. Let's see if I get anything else. No. Keep the faith. Okay? Keep that hope, that faith. Keep the energy of the Star card. Okay, if this isn't an Aquarius sign person, you know, keep the energy of the Star card. Keep the hope, keep the faith, because your outcome with regaining the strength looks good. Whatever the situation is, whatever the person, place, or thing is, that, you know, this devil energy, you know, you're being urged by spirit to keep the hope and faith around it for a brighter future, because it's there. Okay? So if there's a message for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising, please let it be known. So what does Sagittarius need to know? Patience. There you go. You've got patience is just falling out. So your message is, your prayers have been heard and they are being answered. Oh, I bet for whoever this message is for whatever Sagittarius this message resonates with, I bet that's just what you want to hear. Be patient. Your prayers have been heard and they are being answered. So that's your angel card, and the flower is Bergama, because these are like a flower deck. Bergama flower, and it's patience. Your prayers have been heard. That's good. That's definitely what we want to hear for Sagittarius, definitely. The prayers have been heard. Thank you, Spirit, for that. Thank you for letting me know. Alright. There's the affirmation for Sagittarius, please let it be known. What does Sagittarius need to know? Sagittarius. I dropped that one myself, so I won't take that one. Sagittarius, Sun. Ah, there we go. Well, we've got two. But this one's fallen out, so I'm going to grab this one because that one's fallen. And you've got prosperity. Prosperity is your affirmation. Okay? And it reads, Sagittarius, prosperity. Focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. So prosperity, be positive. I take that as a message to be positive. You know, even if right now it feels like you might not have much, or things are a bit difficult with this devil energy, whatever it is for you, Sagittarius, the person, place or thing, the job, the romance, whatever resonates with you. I don't know everybody's life, but whatever it is, focus on the positive, and that, you know, feel prosperous, and more good will come. Yeah, the blessings, excuse me, the blessings will multiply for you. So, excuse me, sorry. Have a wonderful month. I hope September goes well. And whoever this message is for, I really hope that this situation resolves itself. And if it is linked to last month's message, because I'm sure it was you, then I hope that the situation does ease, because it was a very, very similar message last month. If this was you, if it was you that I'm thinking of, who had this kind of message. So keep the faith. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave you. I will see you when I do the new moon and the full moon readings in the middle of the month. Thank you for all your comments, likes, and subscribes. Drop your comment. Let me know how it resonates. I'm also thinking of doing live readings as well. So if you would want to see a live reading where you can give me questions, all that kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. Thank you for all your donations. Everything is so much appreciated. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. See you soon. Take care, Sagittarius. Bye.